welcome to the Wednesday Tea. This week on the Wednesday Tea, we're going to talk about something I'm sure everybody's gone through. Breakups. And bad breakup stories and bad ex-boyfriends.
Oh, this is literally the tea.
The tea.
Boys, you're something.
We can't live with them, but can't live without them. We're just going to tell some of our funniest stories, share with you some tea that we have on some past boys that we've dealt with.
Okay, disclaimer. Everything that we say is 100% real.
Yeah.
Like, this is the truth. My story is kind of makes me look crazy, TBH. Wouldn't you agree?
A little bit.
Like, don't date me. Don't. Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get a boyfriend after this.
Just to be anonymous.
Just to keep things anonymous, we're gonna call
Boy number one,
Nathan.
I don't know any Nathan, so perfect.
Nathan and I had a really interesting relationship. While I was in it, it was fine. I thought it was fine. But everyone else didn't agree. And now looking back, missed that bullet.
Trust your friends.
Trust your
family.
friends. Nathan and I had broken up and then had recently gotten back into our relationship to try things out again. And I'm on this bus with my friends, and our good friend Bree is like, Emma, one of our good other girlfriends texted her a screenshot of Nathan on Tinder.
While they're in the relationship.
I don't let that fly. Like,
No.
you're done. So, what does your girl decide to do? It's 1 a.m. and I drive to his apartment and start pounding on his door. Like, straight
FBI.
Yeah, straight pounding. And his light was on, so I knew he was awake. I knew he was home. And I was pounding, and I was texting him, and I was like, come outside, chicken. Like, you go on Tinder and you can't even face the consequences. Open up the door, as I'm literally pounding on his window. I am so sorry to the neighbors. So bad. So I push him into the door, and I'm like using profanity, and I'm
Watch
like,
your profanity.
what do you think you're doing? So we go into his bedroom, and he like sits down, and I just scream and yell at him for, I kid you not, probably like an hour straight, at least 45 minutes. Probably an hour to hour and a half. I don't know, when my voice started hurting, like, I was so angry. I really just realized in that moment, like, I don't deserve all the crap that he put me through. Like, I deserve so much better.
All your pent-up emotions.
And it was just
shot
so
out.
much. And he just sat there and took it because he knew he was wrong. But then we had, like, this stuffed animal. And I was so angry.
Keep in mind, I gave her this stuffed
Oh,
animal.
yeah.
I gifted her this stuffed animal. Just keep that in mind.
Which I always feel bad about. He like said something to me, like, to just trigger me, and I like looked at him and I grabbed the stuffed animal and literally ripped the head off of it. The adrenaline was so strong. This was not a cheap stuffed animal either. Like, she spent out the big bucks. Like,
This was a gift. Like,
this
this
was
animal
a
was
nice,
a gift to her.
thick stuffed animal.
She thick.
And I literally went pop, like it was nothing. Like, it was nothing. I was so angry. I'm literally crazy, guys. I'm literally crazy. I got him a really nice, like, wood panel box thing with our photo, like, decoupage over it. It was so cute. So cute. It was such a good photo of us, like, happy times, happy memes. I pull it out of the drawer, and he looks at me, and he's like, Emma, come on. Like, no, I want that. And I said, oh, you want it? And I took my keys and keyed out his face so much. Like, it was unrecognizable. And there were, like, wood shavings everywhere. And, like, I cut my hands open a little bit because it hurt, like, really bad.
Yeah.
And after I finished, I threw it at him and I said, you can have it. although enter more profanity. He just like started crying at that point because this was like hour 2 of just like completely like hitting him like below the belt. Basically how it ended was I turned around, I looked at him and I said, "You will never get anything as good as this," which I have said to other boyfriends before. And I still stand by that. And I just look back on that moment and like I feel bad because I was very dramatic and it was a little much. And even my mom was like, "Emma, really? Like, did he really deserve that?" No, he didn't, and I'm old enough. I'm old enough now to realize that. But honestly, like in the moment, it felt so good just to be like, "Bro, like you're not good enough for me." The moment of like revelation of like this relationship is over.
Yeah.
Just really got to me.
It hit you hard.
And I went with it. So yeah, that's my breakup story. But he wasn't the drama I was. Like it was all me.
So when my high school boyfriend and I ended things, I of course had to go drop all of his stuff off.
It's like the worst part.
And as I was leaving, he threw a rock at my car, and I thought he was gonna like break one of the windows of my car. He literally took like one of those large decorative rocks that you have like on the front of your house. No, just like a large rock, like a large pretty rock, and just like chucks it at my car as I'm driving away. And I'm like, "Oh my god! Like, are you trying to kill me?" It was insane.
He probably was, honestly.
Like, you ended things with me. Like, I don't know what your issue is.
Boys, man, they can never like handle their own emotions.
No, they just have to throw things and be crazy.
I can't believe I dated someone like this. You tell us.
Oh my gosh. Nathan's a popular character of our stories. Back when Emma was with Nathan, she confided in us girls because Nathan had an odd habit. So Nathan was afraid to fart anywhere. Like, as a boy, very odd. But like, everyone does it. We're humans. But because he was afraid, he'd carry Febreze around with him everywhere he went. Like, just in case he farted, he could give a little, like, spritz of Febreze so nobody would know. Just so weird. Like, I understand, like, the poopery in the bathroom. I understand, like, not wanting to offend anyone. But when you have a full can of Febreze on the side of your backpack so that you don't... I'm so sorry.
Like, it just made it so much more obvious. Like, you would, like, not even hear the, you know, but you would hear the...
just... Like, at social gatherings, it was weird. Like, and this is how we got brought up, because you're like, "Emma,
what
heck? Is he doing?" We're like, "Is he okay?"
So that's when I realized that I was too good for that relationship.
Yet again. So, on the note of being crazy after a relationship, sometimes us girls get a little wild when our relationships are over. And there was one time when I kind of went down the deep end. So, I was, a couple years ago, I knew I was in high school, and I just recently gone through a pretty bad breakup with somebody that went off to college. And because I was crazy, and I thought that I was too good for anything, I used my Sherlock Holmes detective skills and found out his address. And I ended up mailing him things for multiple, just like sending him
like death threats?
No, like items. I'd send him t-shirts and picture frames and just things to remind him of me, that I was still here.
Power play.
Power play. Crazy play. Never find out where somebody lives to send them things and then have their parents call you saying, "Stop stalking our son."
Parents got involved? Yeah. Oh my god.
I got a phone call. "Stop stalking our son." Yeah. So you might want to do some crazy stuff when you go through a breakup, but just don't.
My high school boyfriend, who I thought was the love of my life, actually just got engaged.
If that didn't hit you like a ton of bricks.
Surprisingly, it didn't. But my mom called me and she was like, "Emma, have you seen Facebook?
Is the dog okay?
Is the dog okay? Like, who died?" She's like, "No." your high school boyfriend is engaged. And I started laughing. I actually just got out of a relationship. And I just think that, like, I'm in the, you know, revelation that I really am just too good for anyone out there. So, sorry. Like, I don't think any of you can handle me, and that's because I'm too good for you.
But one day you'll find someone,
Yeah.
and they'll be like, wow, you are too good for me, but I'm gonna do everything I can
And
to
she
keep
can
you.
settle. On all realness, like, I've dated some guys who just can't fill my needs, and I make excuses for them, and that's not okay, because I know that one day I will find someone who can take care of me.
Yes. Yes, you will.
Just like Bailey found Andy.
Yeah.
Real name, not fake name.
Yeah, real name, Andy. Hi. I know you watch our videos, thank you.
What about your first kiss?
Oh my god. So, my first kiss was the summer after 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it was with my, like, 8th grade boyfriend, the one that I wished a happy 2 weeks to. And I remember we went to a place called Grader's Ice Cream. Shout out to Ohio. And we went to Grader's Ice Cream and got ice cream, and then we walked from Grader's Ice Cream to the high school I went to, which was not a very short walk. So we took a little stroll to this high school, and then we were, like, walking around the high school, and we got, like, back to where, like, the baseball fields were. He's like, come here. I'm like, why? He's like, come here. I'm like, what?
But she knew why.
Yes. No, I was sweating so bad. I was like, oh my god, this is it. And then, no, it was the worst kiss of my life. Like, it's so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know why first kisses are so awkward. Like, it was really the most uncomfortable kiss of my life. And then it was, like, over, and he's like, okay, like, I'm gonna call my mom to come pick me up. No, my first kiss was literally, like, just like a peck. Like, there's, like, no tongue. It didn't last more than, like, a second.
I wish it was like that.
Like, I don't even think I had time to, like, close my eyes. Like, it was just so, it was, like, done.
Lucky? Oh my gosh, this was so gross.
No, it was so uncomfortable. It was just, like, literally, like, we kissed, and he's like, bye. Like, literally, it was so awkward.
My most recent breakup was during sorority recruitment.
Yeah.
And that was just complete misery.
Yeah, that was absolutely terrible.
I would just, like, in between parties be sobbing and, like, have to fix my eyeliner and makeup and then go out and be like, hi! Just be like, I'm dying inside. Here's some advice. If your boyfriend gives another girl more attention than you during your own birthday party, red flag.
Cut him off.
Cut him off before 7 more months of the relationship.
It won't end well.
It just won't end well.
Thanks for sitting and chatting with us about crazy things boys do and crazy things that we do when relationships don't go so well. We're so glad we got to share our Wednesday tea with you, and we'll see you next time.